Hey, I'm Michael. Grandkids call me Roo because my last name means rooster. So you figure it out. I paint whimsical roosters. Thanks for joining me on Roo857. Today we're going to talk about pens. Pens, not pencils. Pencils are a dime a dozen. I have some favorite pencils. The Marauder Black Warrior. I love it. It's a number 2. Always sketch like you're an ice skater skating on thin ice, whether you're sketching with a pen or a pencil. Just keep it light. That's all you need to do. But today I want to show you what I do with my pens. Let me shift to the desk here and just give you a little idea of what it looks like here. I think there's a desk shot. If not, here's a picture shot. Boom. No, there's not. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so there it is. There's a little shot of all the pens that I use normally. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes it'll grow a little bit. This is probably a number 3 right here. See if there's a 5 in there. There's a 5. Okay, so there's 8 or 10, maybe 9 pens. Let me show you what I do with my pens before I start. And if I'm going to give you just about 10 seconds here to grab a notepad if you need one. If you want to make a couple notes, because these have helped me over the years. I sketch with these particular pencils, and it has made a difference in my whimsical art and how I just sort of, there's a word that we call, it's a bleed. The pen bleeds, and it actually becomes one of your watercolors, okay? So here we go. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me knock out a little piece here and focus. I'm going to refocus, boom, and then go. There we go. Clean it up. I've got a piece of 140-pound watercolor paper. Now, in the next few days, I will be doing a piece on watercolor also. But today I want to show you what I do with my pens, and it's real simple as this. So here we go. I think one of the things that will help me here is if I just throw a little music on in the background. Boom, here it is. The first 2 pens that I will tell you have changed everything in my art world are made by Pentel, Pentel. Okay, they're both Energel, Energelx. One is an 05 and one is an 07. Okay, that's millimeters. 5 millimeters, 7 millimeter, 0.07, 0.05. But you'll find them. Do not buy these pens if they don't have a little. Well, you can buy a ballpoint pen if you want, but to me, I don't buy the pen unless I see this little thing right here where my finger is. It says needle tip. Needle tip makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about right here. You're gonna love this. This is the 05, and I'll just draw a box like that, little box, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little marks in the box. That's the 05, and then from out of that I'll do 05 Pentel, okay, and then I'll do one with the 7. There's the 07 right there, okay? So those are those 2 pens. I use a lot of fountain pens. I love fountain pens, okay? They are a lot of fun to me. They're a lot of fun in how I let the ink bleed in. So first thing I'm gonna start off with is with a Pilot fountain pen. This one hasn't been cranked up in a while. It may be a little bit stingy to write, but here it is. This is a Pilot, okay? Fountain pen, and it is ultra fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pilot, ultra fine. Okay, this is a Pilot fine. Okay, so this is what I do with all my pens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pilot fine point. This is a Lamy pen, Lamy, or Lamy as some would say, and it's a fountain pen also. All right, so far you've got 5 of my most favorite pens. Now you have an Extreme Gel pen, and it's 05, and this pen is made by Yasatoma, and I'll make a box for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extreme Yasatoma. Okay, they're out of California, great company, like to work with them. This is kind of a fun pen that I just discovered the last couple of years. This is a Preppy pen, Preppy. It's also a fountain pen, and I gotta tell you something about this pen. It cost $5. I get these from Cheap Joe's Art Store. This is an 05 Prep 05. This is a Preppy, oops, that was an 03. I just made a mistake. 03. This is an 05 Preppy 05, and somewhere in my pocket or flying around downstairs on my art bar, let's see, it's probably in this pocket. There it is, right? Nope. All right, I have an 02. And so I use that. But this will give you an idea now of the time that I left. Remember, this is Roo857, so just 8 minutes and 57 seconds to say pens matter. I go to the art store and I take my watercolor paper and I say, can I try this pen? They say, well, there's not any unwrapped. And I go, okay, here's what we'll do. I'll either buy it and I'm going to stand right there and paint with it. I have a water brush with me, or I'm going to not like it and refund it right there. But if you'll open the pack, I'll know whether I need to buy it or not. Okay, so this is a water brush made by Yasutoma, and I'm just going to squeeze out a drop of water on each one of these, just like this. Drop, drop, drop. If 2 falls, that's okay. Let them sit for just a second, and then watch what I'm going to do in my time left. I'm just going to sweep across and see what happens. Look at the difference that I'm finding already. Okay, take a look. All right, now what do you see? If I needed Payne's gray, if I needed black, if I needed a light shadow gray of some sort, if I wanted my sketch line to soften up, I can look and go, ooh, the Pentel 05 does a great job with that. Do you see what it did to the line right there? And I didn't have to use this brush. I could have dipped in with a number 7 watercolor brush and gone in there like this. But take a look at what happens. You might want to do this with a line out from the pen. You might want to do it with just a box. I do it this way, so it gives me an idea of what's going. Now that I've wet all of those, I'm going to go back in and get some clean water and just add a little more water to the box, because I want to watch that too. I want to watch what it does, because here's what happens. The water continues to break down the pigment, and as it does, you'll get some different colors in there. It's almost prismatic when it hits the light. So in the time left, you got to realize that if I were doing a little, somewhat of a sketch of anything, and I had a little person standing there off to the side, and I needed a sketch under that person, he's got a paintbrush in his hand right here, a palette in this hand. There's my little person. If I needed that guy to have a shadow underneath him, I could go in here with a pen like this and create that shadow simply like this without ever adding any paint. I could actually go in here and put a shirt on that guy. I could go in here with another one of my pens, let's say maybe this fine point, not the ultra fine, and I could let that be the ink that he's splattering with. So you see what I've done there is that I'm using my pen to assist and soften the line in my sketches, and that makes a huge difference when you're painting. So pens matter to me the way I do my art. Pentel, Pilot, Lamy. Can you use flare pens? You bet. Some of my best paintings that I started with years ago were all the old flare pens. The new ones don't have as much bleed, but to me that's very important when you get ready to know how your pens work. You'll do the same thing with your colors. When you lay your colors out, you'll know what they are and how they work. Do the same things with your pens, and you'll be happy when you go into sketch. I think that's going to be fun for you to do. Hey, thanks for being a part of Roo857, and I'll see you next time right here.